The book is based on a survey where men and women were asked if they got 80% of everything they want in their ideal mate, would they be happy with that? And women said, no, that's settling. And men said, 80%, I'd be thrilled, that's a catch. And so
80% to the women you surveyed is settling?
That's settling because, the question is, what actually makes us happy in long-term romantic love? And, that's the question that I explore in the book. And I'm a journalist, so I went out and I asked neurobiologists about chemistry, and I asked behavioral economists about demographics, and I asked marital researchers.
What are women too picky about here?
Well, I'll tell you, men and women were asked what would be a deal breaker for going on a second date. And men named 3 things. They said she has to be cute enough. She doesn't have to look like Angelina Jolie. She just has to be cute enough. She has to be warm and kind. And she has to be interesting to talk to. Those seem like really valid criteria.
Ding, 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 ding. Pretty simple.
Right. Okay, reasonable, right? The women came back with 300 things that would rule out a guy for a second date. And we're talking about like another 2 hours and maybe a free dinner. And they wouldn't do it. And there were things like he wore a brown belt with black shoes. Or we were having a really good time and I thought he was cute and he was interesting. But then he did this Austin Powers impression. And I just can't get that out of my mind and I can't go out with him again. Austin Powers guy could be the love of her life.
And this was actually from 2011, and it has got extremely worse now. I think the biggest problem is a lot of these ladies think they're going to find a 100% match of a person that's compatible to them. And then again, a lot of times, once they find that perfect person that matches all their boxes, that checks all their boxes, they start making new boxes. They start with a second level criteria. When they do get the guy, they still end up sabotaging their relationships with the man.
Chris, hi. Wow, you have the exact amount of hair that you have in your profile photo. You have no idea how refreshing that is. Sorry, before we order drinks, can I just lay a few things out onto the table so we're both not wasting our precious times when we could be answering unread emails? So, I'm looking for a husband and someone to have kids with. Ooh, yikes, I know. I'm not saying right now, you don't have to impregnate me on top of these menus. That's just what I'm looking for right now. So if commitment is like the boogeyman to you, I totally get it, but boo. Also, I have never come to completion solely by having an eggplant inside of my flower garden. It's important that you know that. In my multiple years of being sexually active, it's never happened, not once. So I appreciate you not making your entire personality about being the person who changes that. It's gonna affect your manhood. I'm probably just not the girl for you, and I'm definitely not gonna spend the next 10 years pretending like I am, if you know what I mean. I'm a feminist, shocker, and I'm not necessarily saying you have to be. Labels can be weird. I just would prefer you not think that any man who willingly went to go see Barbie was gay by default. Also, that being said, my best friend's on standby and she will come save me immediately should you say anything even remotely resembling an Andrew Tate quote. That one's just for my safety. Now, last but not least, I'm looking for someone who wants me as a partner, not a cheerleader. The blonde hair can sometimes throw people off. So if you want a little more rah-rah, sis, boom, bah, Chris, I love that for you. You're a very attractive man. That's why you're here. I'm sure you can find a variety of options available to you at the local mall. Now, that being said, Chris, do you feel like we're on the same page? Can we order a drink and try not to talk about our ex for the next hour, or are we reading different chapters? Fantastic. Let me go pay for parking. I'll be right back.
If I was this man, Chris, when she come back from paying for parking, I will be gone. So I guess she called herself trying to be funny. But I like her honesty in this. Did you guys notice that this was a man that she was attracted to, where she said something about his profile picture? As you guys know, when women are attracted to men, they cut through all the chase, they cut through all the hoops, and they will straight go in and just try to be intimate with the guy, tell him her whole life, tell him how he wanted, as if this is gonna be her man. She's straight up choosing hard on this man, so she's gonna let him know how it's gonna have to work for her. But I'm pretty sure that this man, Chris, will still be there waiting on her when she get back, because she sounds like she's gonna be an easy lay. So why not?
I find it just so cringe when a boy comes over for a sleepover and brings his overnight bag.
I find it hilarious when grown women use words like sleepover. This man ain't coming to sleep over, he coming over to smash. Stop it.
Cringe when a boy comes over for a sleepover and brings his overnight bag. Doesn't matter how nice your bag is. Oh God, especially if it's a backpack. Oh God, no. Come on. Are you still in school? So many boys use backpacks still.
Okay, that's absolutely not on.
Like, it's so mean because you'll never be able to avoid it coming to my house, and like everyone's got to do it. Yeah, even I do get the ick packing an overnight bag for myself. It's just cringe.
Why is it that the more successful I've become, the less that men seem to want to date me? For those of you who are further along in your careers, I'm really curious to hear what your experience has been with this, so wanted to share mine. I always get told that I am too intimidating. Just because I am a strong, independent woman doesn't mean that I want to be that in every single category of my life, because I'll tell you, I'm exhausted and I would really love to have some help sometimes. And I miss having a kind of companionship and partnership. And I want to still be able to have my hobbies. I want my partner to have their hobbies, right? Or future partner, because I'm single. When I go on first dates, I try really hard to not talk too much about my job. I really want to get to know the other person, what they care about, things that they like to do, and just enjoy their presence and have a good time. I'm not here to be, like it's like some kind of interview or something like that. And so I actually try not to answer too many questions about my job. Like I just kind of try to quickly, oh yeah, this is what I do, and then like try to move on. I've actually had an amazing dating experience so far in New York. I've been here for almost a year now. I also think that it's not necessarily a bad thing to have this automatic filter. I've come to embrace it. It's just kind of interesting because I noticed that people make a lot of comments, or they kind of put me on some kind of pedestal, or they just make these observations. It's hard to pinpoint exactly, but I'm curious if anyone else, especially career women, if you've had this experience before. I try really hard to just not talk about what I do for work. I would say from my experience, this is gender specific, and I've only noticed this with men. As a bisexual woman, I haven't had this experience when dating women or non-binary individuals.
And once again, we got the old men are intimidated by me copinism. Like, lady, looking at you, I'm pretty sure men are not intimidated by you. They're probably annoyed by you bringing up how much money you make. And she usually just run these guys off because little does she know, men don't necessarily want to deal with boss chicks. We'll sleep with you after we usually knock them down 2 to 3 times. Most men will usually just ghost them. So after they get ghosted, they really don't know what the issue was or why the guy broke up with them. So they just cope to, oh, this guy was intimidated by me. I know he was. It wasn't even that serious. You are not the CEO of Microsoft or some pharmaceutical company that's going to cure cancer or cure major diseases. Like, stop it.
In the history of my dating, a man has never ever invited me out for coffee. Ever. Okay, and I was single a very long time. I started dating at the age of 18 and I married my husband when I was 38. So 20 years. And in 20 years, no man ever invited me out to coffee. However, after getting stuck on enough dates that made me, dinner dates to be specific, that made me feel like I wanted to escape out of the bathroom window, and the older I got, I wanted to save myself time. So for all the same reasons that women don't want to go on a coffee date with a guy because they think that he's being cheap, he's trying to see multiple women, he's trying to make it affordable for himself, that was me. I was trying to be cheap with my time. I was trying to make this affordable with my time, and I was trying to see multiple men. So what I would do when I would meet men online is I would schedule a meetup. It's not a date, it's just a meetup. I would say, hey, let's meet for coffee, let's meet for drinks. Let's just check the vibe to see if there's anything there. I thought it was low investment for me in terms of my time and preparation, and it was low investment for them, because how much could coffee or a couple of drinks really, really cost you? And I would schedule multiple in one day.
I actually think this lady here has the right idea. This is a pretty good method to cut down on all the chase. Now, we all have seen those videos where these women talking about they're not even going on a coffee date because it's low effort. But if you're truly looking for a man or a husband, like this lady did, fine. I think she's married now. This is how women should be scheduling out their coffee dates to meet these guys. Like, this is exactly how you find a spouse.
So that means I get one set of hair, one set of makeup, one set of clothes, and I'm going to meet Tim at 10, Peter at 12, and Bob at 2. This is how I met my husband. Because when I met him, I was like, yeah, he was like, how's it going on the apps? It's going great on the apps. Are you meeting people? Yeah, I've been just, if vibes are good or whatever, if I think there's a connection, I'll ask guys to meet me for coffee. And, I usually meet a couple of them in a day. And he was like, how do I get one? How do I get a meetup? How do I get to see you in real life? And I was like, okay, well, this Sunday at 4:00, this was my next opening. And he was like, dang, I don't even get prime time. You don't even get prime time. And the rest is history. There's never been an instance where I've told a man to meet me for coffee and it didn't turn into a proper first date, because these are short little meetups. We're just meeting up. So 30 to 45 minutes. If you want to spend more time with me, you got to take me to dinner. Proper. That's it. I mean, it was my way, again, because I was older, to meet multiple men and know very quickly if there was a connection, yes or no, because I was meeting several men at a time. I had 2 days off of work a week. I was working 5 days a week. And in those 2 days, I could easily see 6 to 7 guys if I scheduled 3 coffee meetups this day and 4 coffee meetups on that day. And yes, I did it. And yes, I let these men know what I was doing. Some men did not react very favorably. Some men were like, oh my God, you talking to how many dudes? If we met on the apps, we're all talking to multiple people. Stop acting like you don't got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 conversations open. So women, set your standards any way you like. If a man offers to take you to coffee and you want to say no to that, I understand. But for me, when I was single, I would use coffee meetups, again, not a date, to my advantage, because I would run through them, because the way I saw it, they're not auditioning me. I'm auditioning them to see if they're worthy of my time and effort to go out on a proper date, because while I'm not paying cash, I'm paying in time and effort. You feel me?
Coffee dates are just to, see the vibe, to feel the vibe. And a lot of women love these particular coffee dates because they're an easy escape plan if things are off or the vibe is not there. You can always hurry up and drink your coffee, smoothie, or tea and hurry up and get up out of there. But congratulations to this lady. This is how you supposed to date and take action. But we know a lot of women are not going to receive her message well. But anyways, that's all I got in this video. You guys let me know what you think about the woman who was talking about the fact that men are intimidated by her, and also this woman here that was talking about the coffee dates. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video. Thanks for watching to the end. I will see you in the next video.